Let us go to the next problem. Page number 2.71. Problem number 5. Page number 2.71. Problem number 5. The balance sheets of Sun Limited for the years ended 31st March 2013 and 2012 were summarized as under. Equity share capital 50,000 and 60,000. Reserves P&L account 4,000 and 5,000. Current liabilities trade payables, taxation and proposed dividends. Trade payables opening balance, closing balance is given. Taxation opening balance and closing balance is given. Proposed dividends opening balance and closing balance is given. Fixed assets at written down value opening balance, closing balance are given. Fixtures opening balance and closing balance are given. Vehicles opening balance and closing balance are given. Short-term investments opening balance and closing balance are given. Current assets inventory, trade receivables, bank and cash. The profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2013 disclosed as follows. Profit before tax, taxation, profit after tax, proposed dividends, retained profit. You are given extract of the P&L account also, but a small extract. Further information available. Fixtures, depreciation for the year 1000, vehicles 2500, proceeds on disposal 1700, written down value 1000 and profit on disposal 700. Prepare a cash flow statement for the year ended 31st March 2013. Is it clear? Okay. So let us start preparing the cash flow statement first of all. Cash flow statement. Particulars. Rupees. Particulars, rupees and rupees. Particulars, rupees and rupees. So we'll start with net profit before tax. Question mark, right now I don't know. Add non-cash, non-operating expenses less non-cash, non-operating incomes non-cash, non-operating expenses less non-cash, non-operating incomes. What will you get? Profits before operating profits before working capital changes. Working capital changes you will show. You will get cash flows before tax less tax paid. You get net cash flows from operations. Then cash flows from investing activity. Cash flows from investing activity. Net cash flows question mark. Then cash flows from financing activity, net cash flows, question mark. You will get total cash flows. Add opening cash and cash equivalents. You get closing cash and cash equivalents.
Tax.
Did you all complete?
Yes, sir.
So let us start now. I think we know profit before tax, which is our starting point. How much is it? 4,500 rupees. Okay. Let us not worry about what is given in the P&L account. Let us go with now the balance sheet figures. Let us start with liabilities first. Equity share capital. Last year it was 50,000. Current year it is 60,000. 50,000, 60,000. There is an increase. Read the adjustments. Do you have any equity share capital? 50,000. It has increased to 60,000. There is an increase in share capital. So what do we have now? There is an increase in the equity share capital. The only assumption we can make is the equity shares have been issued for cash. Okay. So right here, proceeds from issue of shares. How much? Next, reserves. P&L account 4,000, 5,000. Opening balance is 4,000, closing balance is 5,000. See the P&L account for the year ended 31st March 2013 disclosed. We can see retained profit of 1000. Last year surplus was 4000. Current year surplus is 1000. 4000 plus 1000, 5000. It has got reconciled, so it doesn't contain any cash flows. Next, current liabilities, trade payables, taxation and proposed dividends. Trade payables, you have an opening balance of 2500 and you have a closing balance of 4000. It's a current liability. What do we have? Increase. Increase in trade payables is a cash inflow. So leave some space for current assets. Increase in trade payables. How much amount? 1500 inflow. Inflow positive 1500. Taxation. Opening balance was 1000. Closing balance is 1500. Opening is 1000. Closing is 1500. And current year provision, you can see that extract. During the current year, out of the profit, we have set aside how much? 1500. Opening, there is a provision of 1000. Current year debit to P&L account, credit to provision account is 1500. But closing balance is 1500. Opening 1000. Fresh liability 1500. But closing liability is only 1500. That means the opening liability has been discharged. Please open small account. Open provision for taxation account. Quick. Open provision for taxation account. Provision for taxation account, right? By balance brought down, how much? 1000. By P&L account 1500. By balance brought down 1000. By P&L account 1500. Debit side last item, to balance carried down 1500. To balance carried down 1500. So what is the balancing figure in that account? Paid. To bank. To bank. Balancing figure. How much? 1000. It's a outflow. It's a outflow. 1000. You know where to write tax paid, no? Cash flows before, after working capital changes. Operating cash flows after working capital changes minus tax, you'll get net cash flows, no? Next item, proposed dividend. Again, it has to be treated as a non-current item. Please open proposed dividend account. Listen to me carefully here. Proposed dividend scheme of entries. At the end of the year, when dividends are proposed, we will pass an entry. P&L appropriation account debtor to proposed dividends account. What is the entry we are going to pass? P&L appropriation account debtor to proposed dividends account. In schedule 3, we subtract it from the available profits and proposed dividends account has to be credited. In the general meeting, when proposed dividends are declared, we pass the entry proposed dividends account debtor to dividends payable account. Proposed dividends account debtor to what? Dividends payable account. When dividends are paid, we pass the entry dividend payable account debtor to bank account. Okay. If dividends are unpaid, dividend payable account debtor to unpaid dividends account. Unpaid dividends account will be opened. It will be shown as part of current liability. Is it clear? This is scheme of entries. Debit P&L, credit proposed dividend. When dividend is declared, proposed dividend debit, dividend payable credit. When dividend payable is paid, dividend payable debit, bank account credit. If it is not paid, dividend payable debit, unpaid dividend account credit. That is how the balance transfers. So balance transfers from P&L to proposed dividend. from proposed dividend to dividend payable, from dividend payable to unpaid dividend. Is it clear? So in this problem we have only proposed dividends account. So we will assume proposed dividends account, dividends payable account are one and the same. So open proposed dividends account. By balance brought down 1000. Proposed dividends account. By balance brought down. By balance brought down on the credit side. By balance brought down 1000. By balance brought down 1000. By P&L account. See the P&L account. Proposed dividends for the current year are how much? 2000. By P&L account 2000. Debit side 2 balance carried down. Closing balance you can see in the balance sheet. 2000. Closing balance in the balance sheet. Proposed dividends 2000. 2 balance carried down 2000. Two bank 1000. ये बोल के पूछता क्योंकि सब लोग स्टूडेंट्स इनडायरेक्ट मेथड ये पीछे पढ़े रहते हैं तो चाहे बोल के पूछता डायरेक्ट मेथड करोगे and most of them don't learn that method. They are unable to present it in the exam. Actually it is very easy when compared to indirect method. Over. So did you write 2 bank? How much is the balancing figure? So where do you show dividends paid? What should I show? Proposed dividend or dividend paid? Paid. How much amount? 1000. Next. Next, I think we have finished the liability side. Now come to the asset side. Let us consume the asset side now. Fixed assets at WTB premises. Opening balance 10,000 and closing balance 10,000. There is no change. There is no change. Leave it. Fixtures. Opening balance 11,000. Closing balance 17,000. But there is some information given relating to fixtures now. There is some depreciation for the year 1,000. Please tell me depreciation where are we going to show? We are going to show as a non-cash item. So write down first. Depreciation on fixture. How much? 1,000. Depreciation on fixtures 1,000. Open fixtures account. Open fixtures account. Two balance brought down. 11,000. By depreciation 1,000. By depreciation 1,000. By depreciation 1,000. By Buy balance carried down. Closing balance 17,000. Buy balance carried down. Closing balance 17,000. Now tell me, how will the account tally? Unless there are some purchases, we cannot explain the difference in the account. No. Can you explain to any other thing the difference in the account? There is compulsorily some purchases. So what is entry you write when you purchase fixtures? Fixtures account debtor to bank account. Fixtures account debtor to bank account. How much? 7,000. Fixtures account debtor to bank account 7,000. Fixtures purchase how much? Outflow. Outflow. Are you following? Next. Vehicles. Opening balance 8,000. Closing balance is 12,500. There is increase. So we have a doubt that there is some addition. Okay. See down the page. Depreciation for the year on vehicles 1,500. Proceeds on disposal 1,700. Written down value of that vehicle 1,000. Profit on disposal 700. Please prepare vehicles account. I'll prepare it here. Vehicles account, debit, credit. To balance brought down. How much is the opening balance of vehicles? How much? 8,000. Okay. During the year there is some depreciation, I think, no? How much? Depreciation account, debtor to vehicle account. By depreciation 2,500. By depreciation 2,500. Depreciation you will add here first. Depreciation on vehicles. Is it clear? Did you complete it? Now see, there is some information given. Proceeds on disposal 1,700. When we sell vehicles, what is entry we write? Cash or bank account, debtor to vehicles account. By cash or bank. How much? 1,700. Bank account or to vehicles account is entry we pass when we sell the vehicles, no? Now there is what? Written down value 1,000. Now forget about written down value. Profit is there on disposal 700. Tell me what is the entry you write for profit on disposal of vehicle? P&L account is credited. Vehicle account is debited. Vehicle account debtor to profit and loss account. How much? 700. 700. Vehicle account debtor to P&L account 700. Is it clear? Now let us see whether the account is tallying or not. Wait. Before we continue, profit on disposal would have been included in the net profit before tax. That cannot be shown as part of cash flows from operation. This 700 is included in this. Can you show that as part of operating cash flows? No. Hence we have to exclude. Profit on sale of vehicles 700, you subtract. Disposal proceeds, sale value of the vehicle sold 1700 is an inflow. Sale proceeds of vehicles 1700. Now see whether the account is tallying or not. Now see whether the account is tallying or not. Closing balance. Write down. Closing balance. How much? 12,500. Account is tallying. Which side is more? So we have to assume that there are some purchases.
8,000.
Two buying. How much?
8,000.
8,000. Purchase of vehicles. 8,000 outflow. Purchase of vehicles 8,000 outflow. Did you all complete it? Now is the account tallying now? Yes, no. So I think now we can remove it. Next, short-term investments. We will assume them as very short-term investments that they are going to be realized within 3 months. We will take them as part of cash and cash equivalents. I am assuming those short-term investments as very short-term investments. They are going to be assumed within 3 months. I will take them as part of cash and cash equivalents. Okay. Next, current assets. Inventory, trade receivables, bank and cash. Inventory and trade receivables differences will show in working capital changes. Inventory, what do we have? Increase or decrease? Inventory, increase we have. How much? 3,000. Next, trade receivables. Trade receivables, what do we have? We have an increase of 2,000. It is an outflow. Inventory increase is also an outflow, no?
Yes, sir.
14,000 minus 17,000, 3,000 outflow. Trade receivables, 6,000 and 8,000, 2,000 outflow. Cash and cash equivalents, 6,000 and 8,500. So we can show it here. What was the opening cash and cash equivalents? 6,000 plus, tell me, short-term investment. Opening cash, how much is it?
9,500.
Plus short-term investment? 1,000. So I'll show here 9,500. Closing cash? 2,000. 8,000. Next, over profit after tax, taxation, proposed dividend, retained profit. I think you have considered everything. No, I think I have not left anything now. Let us calculate operating profits before working capital changes. After working capital changes, 3,800. After tax, 15 minus 13,300 negative. The cash flow statement tallies. Over. First problem we feel it is little difficult. Second problem it becomes easy. What is that called as? Learning curve. As you go up the learning curve, time required to solve a problem automatically reduces. They say there is a logic actually. They say it reduces by half. First batch if you take 8 hours, second batch it will take only 4 hours. And fourth batch, it will take only 2 hours. Eighth batch, it will reduce to 1 hour per batch. That is how the time is going to reduce. Page number 2.73. Jyoti of Stars Oil Limited. Miss Jyoti of Star Oils Limited has collected the following information for preparation of cash flow statement for the year 2013. Ajib problem. So some information is given to you. This is not like a balance sheet. Something given to test your knowledge. Okay. Net profit 25,000. Here itself we have a doubt. 25,000 whether it is before tax, after tax. Normally net profit means after tax only. Normally net profit means net profit remaining after taxes. So this is net profit after tax. Can this be our starting point? What do I want? Net profit before tax. How can I jump from net profit after tax to net profit before tax? Add tax provision. Not tax paid, tax provision. There is a huge difference between tax paid and tax provision. What we have provided is provisions. What we have paid is tax paid. Next. Provision for income tax. 5,000. Income tax paid during the year 4248. Loss on sale of assets net 40. Okay, what we'll do is while we are reading, let us try to analyze where it is going to fit into the cash flow statement. Net profit 25,000. It is net profit after tax. It's not going to fit anywhere in the cash flow statement. Dividends, including dividend tax paid. Dividends including dividends tax paid 8535. It will straight away fit into financing. Where will appear? Financing cash outflows. Provision for income tax 5,000. 25,000 plus 5,000 will get profits before tax. But provision for tax will not appear as a cash flow. Next. Income tax paid during the year 4248. After working capital changes, we are going to show income tax paid 4248. Outflow. Loss on sale of assets net 40. Loss on sale of assets net 40. Loss on sale of assets. We have to add it to net profit before tax. Non-cash, non-operating expenses. Next. Book value of the asset sold 185. Now just imagine you are given loss and you are given book value. Book value means what? Written down value of the asset sold. You are given loss on sale. Now can you calculate how much was collected by sale of that asset? 185 minus 14. Correct? See, when do we say we have a loss, boss? If I am able to recover more than cost, more than book value, I say profit. When I am able to recover less than book value, I say there is a loss. Loss means inability to recover book value. So out of 185, we did not recover 40. We recovered only 145. The sale proceeds from sale of asset is only 145, shown as part of investment activity inflow. But 40 will be shown as a loss, add back to the net profit before tax. Next. Depreciation charge to P&L account 20,000. Laddu. Add back to the profit and loss, net profit before tax. Next. Profit on sale of investments 100. Subtract from net profit before tax because it is a non-operating income which would have been included in net profit before tax, which cannot be shown as part of operating cash flows. Carrying amount of investment sold 27,765. When do you say we have a profit? When you are able to recover more than book value, we say there is a profit. So book value is 27,765, profit is 100, sale price is 27,765 plus 100, 27,865. What is that? That is investment sold. Sale proceeds of investments 27,865. क्या बोल? किसमें? वो क्या है? ठीक से पढ़ दो. कैरिंग अमाउंट बोलते क्या है? बुक वैल्यू में प्रॉफिट दिखाया था तू. जब बेचता तब बुक वैल्यू से 100 रुपए ज्यादा लेता. 27,765 plus 100, 27,865. Next, interest income on investments 2506. Interest income on investments 2506.
Investing activities and cash.
Interest income on investments 2506. Interest income on investments 2506. Income. He did not say received. Interest income credited to P&L account included in net profit before tax should be now excluded. You cannot show interest income in the investment activity. Interest received has to be shown. You have to wait. If no other information is given, we'll assume interest income and interest received are one and the same. Interest expense for the year. Non-operating expense would have been debited to P&L account. It has to be now added back. Interest paid should be shown as part of financing activity outflow. Next. Interest paid. See, now you are given interest paid. 10,520. Now tell me, what will you add? What will you show as a cash flow? So where add, where cash flow? Add to P&L account 10,000. Show as cash flow financing activity 10,520. Increase in working capital excluding cash and bank balance 56,081. Increase in working capital. Increase in working capital. Increase in working capital. Outflow. One lump sum amount. Very easy. Next. Purchase of fixed assets. Investment outflow. Investments in joint venture. Investment outflow. He himself is saying investment in joint venture. He should say investment activity. Next. Expenditure on construction work in progress. Building under construction. Investment activity outflow. Proceeds from calls in arrears. Financing activity inflow. Receipt of grant for capital projects. Financing activity. Government is giving us a grant. Long-term source of funds. Financing activity 12. Inflow. Proceeds from long-term borrowings. Financing activity inflow. Proceeds from short-term borrowing. Financing activity inflow. Opening cash balance, closing balance. Short-term also will show as part of financing activity. Financing activity. Opening cash and bank balance, closing cash and bank balance. Let us start. Open cash flow statement. Particulars, rupees and rupees. Net profit before tax. I think we know this already, no? 30,000. Wait. Add non-cash, non-operating expenses less non-cash, non-operating incomes. What I'll do is I'll show here only operating cash flows before working capital changes. I'll continue it here. Operating cash flows before WC changes, inner column question mark, working capital changes. I'll get operating cash flows before tax less tax paid operating cash flows after tax, then investment activity, financing activity, net cash flows, total cash flows, add opening balance, closing balance. let us take one by one items. Net profit and provision tax we have already shown as addition. Next, dividends paid 8535 financing activity. Dividends paid 8535 financing activity. Next, provision for income tax 5000 we have already added. Income tax paid during the year 4248 we have a specific place for it. 4248 income tax paid. Next, loss on sale of asset 40. Even if you don't understand the concept, format if you remember sufficient was. Loss on sale of asset we have to add. How much? 40. Why it is a non-cash item? Next. Book value of the asset sold 185. Book value is 185. We failed to recover 40. That means we have recovered only 145. Sale proceeds of asset. Sale proceeds of asset sold. I am showing that investment activity only here. Sale proceeds of investment sold 145 inflow. According to me, it's a beautiful problem because it will tickle students in a wrong place. It's like pressing finger on the weak point of the student. Next, depreciation charge to profit and loss account 20,000. Depreciation charge to profit and loss account added back. Depreciation charge to P&L account. How much? 20,000. Now listen to me carefully, everyone. Let us try to understand the logic why we are adding back. Logic. See, in a year, a businessman does very good business. He gets cash profits of 20,000. He purchases goods, sells goods. After meeting all expenses, he is left with 20,000 cash. Okay. Then the accountant makes an entry in the P&L account. P&L account regarding to depreciation 20,000. Profits will become 0. When you see profits, you feel there are no cash left. There is no cash left. But you know that boss 20,000 cash is there. Did you understand the concept? P&L account, we got cash profits of 20,000. But when we debit the P&L account with depreciation, profit vanishes. If you see P&L account, profit will be 0. But in my pocket I have 20,000 cash was. In cash flow statement I don't want to show P&L account balance. I want to show the balance which is there in my cash. So what should I do? I'll say profit shown in the P&L account 0, but add depreciation 20,000 which is not a cash expenditure. So the cash which is there in my pocket is 20,000. Is it clear? I'll give one more example. Suppose during a year a businessman got cash profits of 1 lakh. Cash profits of 1 lakh. But profit shown in the P&L account was only 10,000. Why? I'll give you a reason. Loss on sale of asset was booked in the P&L account, 90,000. He had cash of 1 lakh in his pocket, but profit shown in the P&L account was 10,000. Why? 90,000 of loss on sale of asset was debited to the P&L account. Loss on sale of asset, does it involve cash outflow? No. Loss on sale of asset, does it touch your cash book? Does it touch your cash book? P&L account if you see 10,000, but the cash in my pocket is 1 lakh. How will you reconcile these two things? You will say profit shown in P&L account 10,000, add non-cash loss debited to P&L account 90,000, cash in my pocket 1 lakh. That is what I am doing here. I am starting with P&L account balance, and if it has been affected by any non-cash, non-operating item, I am reversing the impact. Okay. Next. Profit on sale of investment 100. It would have been credited to profit and loss account. Subtract now. Profit on sale of investment. How much? Now tell me, what should I show in the investment activity? Profit or sale proceeds? have to show sale proceeds. Sale proceeds include profit. Is it clear? Next. Sir, why am I subtracting? I'll give you an example. Understand? From my business, I got zero cash profit. I got zero cash profit. But my P&L account shows 20,000 as profits. You ask why P&L account is showing profits 20,000 there, my business has not generated anything. Then you come to know that during the year you have sold an asset because of which we got 20,000 cash. Or we got some profits. Profits are shown in the P&L account. But please tell me, is it because of your business? The answer is no, boss, it is not because of, from business zero. But in P&L account you are showing profit of 20,000 and you dig for reasons, you find that an asset was sold and we got a profit of 20,000. Now if somebody sees that profit 20,000, you feel this business is very profitable, they are generating lot of profits out of their business. The real point is that the profit is not generated out of business, it is generated out of sale of asset. Hence we should show it as part of sale of asset, not in this part. Okay. Next, carrying amount of investment sold 27,765, book value 27,765, profit 100, sale price. What is sale price? Book value plus profit or book value minus loss. So book value plus profit. How much is it? 27,865. Sale proceeds of investments. 27,865. Next. Interest income on investments 2,506. Interest income on investments 2,506. It would have been credited to P&L account. This number would have been included in net profit before tax. No, it has to be subtracted. Interest income you have to subtract. What is credited to P&L account should be subtracted. Credit to P&L account is plus cost. So you have to subtract that number. But what should be shown in investment activity? Receipt of interest income. See the point? Interest income was 2,506. Are you given anywhere in the problem income received?
No, sir.
Are you given interest income received? Not given. So we will assume the same amount was collected during the year. Interest received. $2,506. Next. Interest expense for the year 10,000. This amount would have been debited to the profit and loss account. It is non-operating in nature, hence it has to be added back. Interest expense. How much? 10,000. Next, interest paid during the year 10,520. Interest paid during the year 10,520. Interest paid. So we have to show it as part of financing activity. If this was not given, then we'll assume same number as outflow. Next, increase in working capital 56,081. Outflow. Increase in working capital outflow. How much? You have 71 in your book? Old book. Let's change it. 56,081. Next, purchase of fixed assets 14,560. Purchase of fixed assets. Outflow, investment activity. How much was the amount? Please tell me. 14,560 outflow. Outflow. Investment in joint venture 3850 outflow. 3850 outflow. Next, expenditure on construction work in progress 34,740. Expenditure on construction work in progress. How much? 34,740. Proceeds from calls in arrears 2. Inflow. How much? 2. Inflow. Next, receipts of grant for capital projects 12. Inflow. Government is giving the grant. Proceeds of government grant 12. Next, proceeds from long-term loan 25,980. Proceeds from short-term borrowing 20,575. So long-term borrowing, short-term borrowing. We'll show it as part of financing activity. Opening balance of cash 5003. Closing balance of cash how much? Now see whether the tally is tallying or not.
Yes, sir.
Tell me the numbers.
Minus
2895. 2895.
Double two
tax.
22,630.
After tax is 2895.
Yes, sir.
Before what you have to do is 27. 13. 2895. Net cash flow from investment activity 22,630. 4 negative. Consume 27,540. 1985. Where is Shravan today?
Absent, sir. Night out. On time.
See, I would like to give you one guy as an example. Take Pawan as an example. He is having a problem in his eye. He has got some allergy of an eye. He is suffering, but still he has tried to come to class for 2 days. And he is trying to attend his classes. That is the attitude required to become a chartered accountant boss. If you want to succeed in life also, if you really want to succeed in life also, those kind of edges you have to cross. If you always want to remain behind the edge, you'll always be a follower, you'll never become a leader.
Like,